Okay, guys. I just watched. Welcome to my Scrabble YouTube channel. I just watched um, Will Anderson's supposed zero IQ play. Of course, it wasn't zero IQ. It was actually quite high IQ. But it was he had just challenged his opponent's phony off, and he had made a mistake in a bunch of his analysis after he had challenged Robin Pollock Daniels finagler off, and it made me want to do this. It inspired me to make this video. I just had a tournament yesterday. Um, my goal was to go 4-2. I didn't quite meet that goal. I went 3-3, and I lost 10 rating points. So now instead of 14, I'm 1704. So I managed to keep my 1700 rating, at least for the time being. Um, but is it Daimyo?
Daimyo.
Daimyo. So it reminded me of like stupid mistakes that I've done, and including one from that I felt was a stupid mistake that I played yesterday. So I'll show you guys this game. And this is against, of course, none other than Nigel Peltier. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to say. So in this game, there's probably other plays besides the Daimyo play that were interesting and worth talking about. But people say that when they play Magnus Carlsen, there's like a Magnus Carlsen effect. Actually, I'm a big fan of using ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT, what is the Magnus Carlsen effect? Here's a breakdown of the so-called Magnus Carlsen effect. What it means, how it shows up, why it's interesting. If you'd like, we can also consider how it applies beyond chess. In essence, the Magnus Carlsen effect refers to the psychological pressure an opponent feels when playing Carlsen or someone of his caliber. So we can stop reading there. So basically the Magnus Carlsen effect is probably going to go on to say something like, when people play Magnus Carlsen, they're so intimidated by him, even if like they don't say that they are intimidated by him, they actually are. They're so intimidated by them, just the kind of the pressure. Pressure is a great word. That they make mistakes that they would not normally make. That's exactly what happened in my game against Nigel yesterday. Whenever I'm like talking to Nigel, even just like talking to him, it doesn't really feel to me like I'm talking to like a normal person. He's and that's the weird part, because he is just a normal person. He his job is all he does is like he he's a forklift operator. So I don't imagine, like, how much does a forklift I don't imagine it's that much. Yeah, so it's like barely anything. Um, so I mean, to him, because we were discussing actually before our game, like he's gonna go to nationals next year. It's gonna be like, I told him I paid over $2,000 just to go to Baltimore this year, and so maybe it was slightly less for Nigel because he's not paying for two people as far as the flight. But anyway, I probably already got myself in trouble. But one thing I want to start doing in this channel is to be a little bit more edgy, not care as much what other people are gonna think. Be a little bit less politically correct on this channel. But yeah, I don't know. To me, playing Nigel is kind of like playing Magnus Carlsen. It just gives me the willies. But let's take a look at this game, and that's kind of what I wanted to explain was that, like, I know how to spell the word daimyo, and what happened was, oh, let me get the. Oh, that's Dan Kohler. Oh, hold on. Oh. This is a great video, guys. Thank you for watching. All right. So I wrote daimyo, and I wrote both ways before I wrote both ways down. So when I'm unsure of a word, like if there's a word like niece is a common one that people misspelled, like I'll write down like niece in both ways. So, like you can see on my score sheet, I wrote daimyo both ways, and then I picked the wrong one because I thought DAI just didn't look right. I was like, and I guess in my mind I was thinking it was pronounced. So I think what would have helped is if I had known how this word was pronounced. It's daimyo, not daimyo, and DAI is also kind of a unusual prefix because DIA is much more common. So I think that was part of the confusion. But I think when I was thinking about it, I was going daimyo, but it's daimyo. So it's just. And anyway, in that particular moment, I was playing too fast. I had plenty of time on my clock, and so I should have slowed down. And that's just part of what I need to do in general. But I do feel like the Magnus Carlsen effect was there at that particular moment. Okay, guys, let's take a look at this game. I wanted to feature this game, and then I wanted to feature this game first because I kind of I'm hoping that this game will kind of humanize me a little bit. I drew 7 tiles. I didn't write it down, but it was something like this or something. I just exchanged all 7. I don't know. It was some really terrible rack. I think there was a B in there somewhere. And he plays Forget. And I was like, at first I was upset because I had drawn Shelved. And I was like, oh no, I can't play a bingo now. But then I found Shoveled. I think that's the only one. So I played that. quite happy with the way this game was going after the first two plays, or the first few plays. He plays Yod. Played Va. Plays Dizen. And yeah, I don't know if it's my computer, but I think it's not my computer. I think because it was doing this yesterday because we were using Woogles as a tournament thing. And I think the problem is Woogles, the server isn't equipped to handle the amount of traffic that it's getting. So that's why you're getting this connecting problem all the time. So I don't know what the solution is because they probably don't have the money to get the better servers that they need for the traffic that they're getting. So it's kind of just a bad situation. Comment down below if I'm getting anything wrong with what I'm saying. Um, just don't be nasty is the only thing I ask. Let's see, what did I play here? I played Woe. And we get to wait because of whatever's going on. He plays Re Square. Oh, Re Square isn't valid. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me pause. All right, so here's what happened, guys. Like he was feeling like he couldn't get back into this game. He felt he couldn't win this game without playing a phony. So that's what he did, and he absolutely got away with it. I didn't even hold this play when I saw this play come down. I didn't even question it. I felt like I had seen it before, and that's why I didn't question it. I need to just finish this game and never think about this game again. I don't know why Re Squared would be good, but I'm gonna look it up anyway. Okay, it's obviously not. All right, so here's where I fucked up and played Daimyo, Daimyo, and I misspelled it. And I had another O. Okay, well, anyway, so I played it here. Comes off. He challenged both plays. When he was challenging both plays, I thought he was just challenging both because he was being tricky, but he wasn't being tricky. And I kind of wonder if he really thought Re Square was good, or if what actually was good. I get the impression that this guy is really sneaky because when he says things like, "Oh, I thought it was good," he says these things a lot. I think I get the impression that he doesn't want the to get he doesn't want to get the reputation of playing a lot of phonies, even though he does play a lot of phonies. So I mean, when you play this guy, Nigel Peltier, he plays a lot of phonies. Watch out for this guy. Um. Anyway, I spelled it correct. I wanted to show him that I could spell it correctly. He didn't challenge. I kind of wonder if he didn't challenge because partly out of sympathy for me, or 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 why he didn't challenge. Maybe he didn't want me Maybe he knew I was going to make this video and he didn't want me to. I don't know. Like, if he knew I was going to make this video, he should have also known that it was going to be discovered that he played a phony. So, not really too happy with him right now. But it is what it is. And that's the thing. Like, and the video, this is going to be a separate video, but I'm going to show a video where I played a phony against Dan, and I feel like I'm just getting a taste of what I did to Dan and the game that I played after this. I'm basically getting a taste of my own medicine. I played a phony bingo to get back into the game against Dan, and the next game that I'm going to show you guys. Um, and I'll have more to say about that. Really, I mean, I can show you guys the rest of this game. I'm only at 16 minutes. I mean, I guess that is kind of a long video, but some of you might be curious how the game continued. I swear, guys, I am a good player. I'm not as bad of a player as this game implies. As far as Nigel and playing, I can't really explain it. If Nigel's watching, you can probably defend yourself in the comments. I'm sure what you're going to say is, "Oh, I thought Re Square was good." Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. We'll probably never know. I kind of get the impression that he just says these things, even though it's not true. Um, yeah, I felt like I was keeping too many vowels and I wasn't drawing enough tiles. I considered this play. All right, let me. I'm getting confused here. Oh, he didn't. I missed a play. So after I challenged, yeah, after I challenged, he played Binacle. Yeah, cop is probably better than fake, but I wanted to open up the board. I don't know what's going on with Woogles right now. This is annoying. Yep, yep. You know what, guys? All right. This is annoying for me, and it's annoying for you guys too. But I don't know. It's easy for me to say they need to get better servers so they can handle the traffic, but I know it costs a lot of money to do this. I should have kept P probably. When he played Sorning, I was really tempted to play Jibes here because I was like, well, does Sorning take the S? And I was tempted just to play it. I think it would have been challenged off because that would have been too many points. And here, he just plays pre-alter. And I held the play, but I realized like he could have just played re-alters, because that's a word that I had studied recently is re-alters. And I was like, why would he not just play re-alters if he was at all unsure? So I let it go. And the play is acceptable. I played high for 28. But basically the game's over at this point. Well, actually it wasn't quite over because there was one last trick I had. I played T here. And if he had if he had played sauteed here, he still would have won. But I would have played... He played tautened. But I would have played sanitate. And then... He would have won by, yeah, quite a bit less. But he still would have won. Anyway, that's not what happened. What actually happened was he won... I had 333, he had 472. If I had challenged off re-squared, this would have been a completely different game. And I feel like the problem was that I didn't hold the play of re-squared. And the reason I didn't hold the play of the Magnus effect came into play on the Daimyo play, but it also came into effect when he played re-squared. I think the reason I'd seen it, I felt like I seen it before, is because I had seen it before, but I had seen it as either a phony I'd played myself or saw somebody else play. Given that this is a bingo with a Q in it, I find it highly unlikely that he actually didn't know that the word was phony when he played it. So it's not unethical to play phonies, but it's just I'm just kicking myself. Anyway, so I mean, you can try, Nigel, if you're in the watching this, you want to claim that you didn't know it wasn't valid, you can say that, but it's hard to believe. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching this video, and give me any feedback that you want. Please like, and thank you. I just try to keep it real on this channel. See you later.